Do you find math or science difficult or challenging, or you want to upgrade your matric? Krazifizix is your answer. The home of quality and inspired teaching of math and science. We offer the best service in teaching and simplifying concepts with fun and easy to remember dynamics. No one does it better. Many have had their dreams set in motion under our tutelage. We want to be part of your success story. We offer both actual and virtual tuition and homeschooling from grade 10 to 12. Are you working but need to upgrade your matric? Trust me, we got you covered, holding your hands till you make it for your matric upgrade wherever you are in South Africa. Our cloud and remote resources are adequately prepared to take you through every concept in detail. Simplified explanations, simulations to make you enjoy science and have fun with it. Textbook, workbooks, plug and play on the go class would also assist you as part of our resources. Why don't you just subscribe to our YouTube channel? Don't forget to hit the like button. Krazifizix or Crazy Edu TV. Register now for 2021. Send us an email at info@krazifizix.org.za. You'd never go wrong with us.
Hi everyone, welcome to this session here. It's a quick math revision and this video is actually perfect for both grade 11 and 12. We are going to divide this video into a two-part series just to make it very short. Part 1 will be algebra and part 2 will be Euclidean geometry. Remember, if you are in grade 12, this algebra is all done in grade 11. There is no algebra anymore in grade 12. If you are in grade 11, take this absolutely seriously because you need it next year when you then get to your matric. It's the same principles, the same concepts throughout. All right, so please keep this video, watch it over and over again, master your algebra. All right, let's get on with it. Oh, look at my first set of questions. These are practically how you would find your questions when exams come. It says solve for x. Okay, so we're going to break this down into so many little parts to make it very easy for us to access. Or I'm just going to do this quickly. All right, just do this quickly so that it becomes easy and very beautiful in terms of presentation. I think you can just do these two together here. All right, so I have 1 and 2. Let's break it down. I'm going to try to make it very short, so you need to just be very, very awake now. Now, what I need you to do is to pause the video. Answer these two questions. You have 6 marks there. Answer it in 5 minutes. So these two should be done in 5 minutes. All right, so pause the video. Answer the questions. Don't assume that you know it. Please put a pen, get a pen and put something down on paper. When you're done, you mark. I'm sure you're doing that right now. Great, you're done. So I would go for 1.1.1. x3 minus half x. You don't need to expand this anymore. Why? It is already equal to 0. So you are basically, some learners don't understand why we say each bracket should be equal to 0. If I'm multiplying A and B, so I have two numbers that are multiplying to give me 0. A times B would be equal to 0. There is only one option here. All right, or there are two options. Either A would be equal to 0. For me to multiply two things to get 0, one of them must at least be 0. That's what we're saying. So it's either A equals to 0 or B equals to 0. That's the basic principle. Remember, or. So if I can get A to be 0 or B to be 0, then I'm done. That's the same principle we apply here. The fact that the examiner did not put a bracket on this x does not mean there's a bracket. We are multiplying. That's it. So the examiner did not put it there. Doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So it's either x equals to 0 or, very important, in some papers you lose marks for not writing that, or 3 minus half x equals to 0. I'm sure we can solve this. Now, it's your choice. It's a negative x. You can decide to move the negative over. It's just, there's no prerogative about it. But let's move the 3. Okay. Now, please take note, you're multiplying here by negative half. What do? We divide both sides by negative half. Some learners don't know how to put division over division. That's why I'm doing this. And if you do this, use your calculator. It's going to give you negative 3, but something like this, let's try to work around it. Negative 3 times negative 2 will therefore be positive 6. And you're done. All right. You don't have to make it this long. It's 2 marks. Okay? You don't have to make it that long. First answer, second answer there. So that first principle is very, very important. 1.1.2. Oh, it is a quadratic. Now, when you get to this, it's an x squared there. All right, you need to understand that you cannot get your ABC. We're going to use a quadratic formula here. You cannot get your ABC until this equation looks like this, a standard form. I'm going to repeat this when I get to nature of roots. You cannot get your A, your B, your C until you write this as a standard form. Okay. And I could have used this one also in question 1, but it's just a long process. So let's make it equal to 0. X squared plus, remember, we move the negative over to the left side, it becomes positive, and the positive 5 becomes negative 5. Oh, if I compare right now, there is a 1 here. The coefficient of x squared is a, so my a is 1. The coefficient of x is b. Please watch out for the signs. And my c is negative 5. We'll write down our quadratic. Please write it well. Your quadratic formula is x equals, don't just write, just write this, minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac. Don't just write it like that, and some learners do that. What is that? Is that math? No. This has to be written properly. X must be equal to that everything over 2a. And what do? You substitute. Please show it. If you are in grade 11, you actually get 1 mark there because the formula is not given. You get 1 mark there. All right. Grade 12, you don't get a mark. Minus, what will be? 8. We have that. What is this going to give us? 8 squared minus 4. My a is 1 and my c is negative 5 over 2, and my a is 1. It is important that you write neatly as well. Okay, so I'm going to go to my calculator and just put the whole thing there. All right, minus 8. We start with the plus. Square root of, it's 8 squared. If there's a minus, should your b be a minus, please use brackets. So I'm going to use a bracket just to show you. All right, you put that number in and then you square. The number should be in a bracket, because if it's a minus, then it's very dangerous. Okay, minus 4. What is our a? 1. And what is our c? Our c is negative 5. Use brackets. Over 2 multiplied by 1. And what's our answer? Don't write this. All right, don't write this. What's our answer? Our answer is 0.58, okay, or okay, I'm going to show you something now. All right, our answer is 0.58 or negative 8.58. 0.58 or, remember, 2 decimal places, negative 8.58. X equals to 0.58 or x equals to negative 8.58. All right, just to get some marks here, because some examiners then award marks here, we will do this just before I get my answer. Minus 8 plus or minus. That's 2 there. Let's throw that, whatever we have under the square root, let's put it in a, let's just get it. 8 squared minus 4, we have 1, and our C is negative 5. All right, so I'm just, everything under the square root there, just want to write an expression for that. That is 84. Okay, then we write our answer. Let's just keep the standard. Let's keep the standard like this. So first is make it a standard form. Get your A, your B, and your C. Write your formula, substitute, rewrite the expression, whatever is on the square root, make sure we write it there, and then we solve with our calculator to get X. We're done. All right. I hope that makes sense. If you can reproduce this, make your work neat. You get your full marks, and this is what you do both in grade 11 and 12. Let's go for the next one. So you need to watch it again. Should I have said something that you didn't understand, and try a few more questions, you will be fine. All right. Okay, so here I am dealing with 1.1.3. I'm just going to do that alone here. Okay, do that alone here. Now it's thirds. What are the rules for thirds? There are about 5 steps. Step 1, isolate the third. Step 2, square both sides of the third. Number 3, expand and simplify as standard form. Number 4, solve for X. Either you use quadratic or whichever way. Number 5, test your solution for validity. There's a mark there. All right, so let's follow this, all of these steps. What's my question? I'm just going to rule a line there. What is my question? Let's rule a line here. So what do we have? 2x minus the root of 10 plus x. All right. Now, the ideal thing is to isolate. Please learn to simplify maths. You can move the whole square root to the right-hand side because of the negative. Or you can just move the 2x. Let me try to move the 2x alone so that in case you have something like this, you would know what to do. All right, my 2x becomes negative. Now, let us square both sides. Show the examiner. You see, don't put the negative out. You are squaring the left side. Everything on the left side, everything on the right side. Now, negative squared from grade 8, we know that would be positive. And if you square if you have that, you must know this, that this would give you X. The square root and the square actually take care of each other. Why? Square root is half. All right? And that is 2. Half times 2 would give you 1. So it means on the left-hand side, first on the negative will take care of the negative. Negative squared would give me a positive. And the square takes care of the square root. What am I left with? 10 plus x. On the side of the game, please, we FOIL. I'm going to do this I'm just expanding this so that every learner would see. Otherwise, we have a short way of foiling. But just wanted to see something here. 1 times 1 would give me 1. 1 times negative 2x would give me negative 2x. Negative 2x times 1 would give me negative 2x. Negative times negative there would give me positive 4x squared. All right. 10 plus x, 1 minus 4x plus 4x squared. We could have done this. I'm just going to shorten this now. 1 squared. Let me use a different one. 1 squared would be 1. 1 times minus 2 would be minus 2x. We multiply that by 2. That will give us minus 4x. And then negative 2x squared. All right, but if that is not okay for you, please go the traditional, normal way. You don't want to show that you're smart and lose marks. Now we are here already, standard form, make everything equal to 0. Either you bring it to the left or to the right, doesn't really matter, it's going to be the same thing. For simplicity, since my 4x squared is there, I'm going to move my 10 and x to the other side. So 0 would be equal to, let's rearrange automatically. For I'm not changing side, my signs remain the same. Minus 4x. Now there's a plus x there. Let's move that over. That gives us minus x. All right. And then we have a positive 1. Let's move the constant over. It gives us a negative 10. Oh, so 0 equals to 4x squared minus 5x minus 9. That is already a standard form. So if I just change sides, I don't need to change signs, because the left-hand side is 0. So we're saying that whole thing is equal to 0, which is fine. All right. Now, from here, it is your choice. Can you factorize easily? If you are not sure of your factors, which is the case with many learners, from experience, use your quadratic formula. A equals to 4. All right. This I'm doing because some of our learners don't know, still we just don't get the factors, especially when there's a 4. There are different ways, but to save time in this video, I'm just going to go straight to my quadratic, and I'm solving for x. Minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over, you see, I'm maintaining my standard. What is my x? Minus, what is my b? Negative 5 plus or minus square root of negative 5. I told you to use a bracket. Minus 4. What is my a? 4. And what is my c? Negative 9 over 2. What is my a? My a is 4. Oh, let's solve this quickly. All right, this will be negative times negative there. That will be positive 5 plus or minus. Let's see if we can get what's under the square root. All right, it's negative 5 squared. Okay, minus 4 times 4 and times negative 9. What would that give us? That actually gives us the square root of 169 over 8. So what are my values for x? Beautiful. My calculator again. We start with the plus, 5 plus the square root of 169. All right, that should be 13 anyway, over 8. My first answer is 9 over 4. Okay, or negative 1. All right, 9 over 4 or negative 1. X equals to 9 over 4 or x equals to negative 1. We are not done. You've got to go test. That's the last mark there. You've got to test. How do we test? I'm going to throw back my x into the equation. All right, so that we can see this clearly. My x is 9 over 4 or 1. I'm going to just bring my calculator to the side of the screen. All right. We said x is 9 over 4. Anywhere you see x, let's put a 9 over 4 there quickly. So we have 9 over 4. All right. Close the bracket, minus the square root of 10 plus I have 9 over 4. Okay. Now equals to what? Oh, that works. Equals to 1. Beautiful. The other value that we got is negative 1. Okay, so I'm going, anywhere I see 9 over 4, can we just put a negative 1? So I'm going to delete all of this and put negative 1 there. This is testing now. Testing for validity of solution. Negative 1. Oh, we're not getting 1. We're supposed to get 1. So it's okay. It's not a train smash. What do? We just come here and say not applicable. All right. Or you can just cancel that x equals to, or you can write this. X is not equal to negative 1. Either of the two ways, and you're done. So please make sure you follow this step. Isolate, square, expand, and simplify to standard form. Solve for x and test your solution for validity. This is how you do your third equations. Beautiful. Running, because of time, you can rewind it, get as many other questions as possible, and try to do them again. I'm just going to clean this. Okay. Okay, the next one is our inequality question. Let's see quickly. Inequality, and this here kind of there are different ways, but I'm just going to choose one method here, which I believe would be a simple method. First is make sure it's also a standard form. All right, get your CVs. Draw a number line just to make it easy, for everyone to understand, and find the signs. I'll explain what I mean by find the signs, and extract your answer. Okay, let's walk through. So I have 3 minus x, 2 minus x is less than 0. Let's find our critical values. I'm going to come here and just do something here. For critical values, I would say 3 minus x equals to 0, the first bracket. Please make sure it's a 0 on the right-hand side. If it's not a 0, simplify till you get a 0. All right, so if I move my x over, 3 equals to x. Okay, that's my first CV. X equals to 3. What's my second CV? 2 minus x equals to 0. 2 equals to x, and x equals to 2. That's my second CV. I would come here and write my CV. My CV1, 2, my CV2 is 3. There's no specific way of writing CV, but make sure it is written as CV. All right. Next thing is, let's draw a number line quickly. The small CV on the left and the big CV on the right. Now, let's just put, there's a number between, okay, let's start from the right-hand side. A number greater than 3 would be 4. A number between 2 and 3 would actually be 2.5. And a number, any number lesser, it's a number line, any lesser number than, lesser than 2, 1, 0, whatever. Let's use a 0. Doesn't matter. All right, what we do now is we throw these numbers, we're looking for the signs. That's why I said find the signs. Let's start from the right-hand side. I have chosen a 4. You could have chosen a 5, you could have chosen a 6, you could have chosen a 3.1. Any number greater than 3. I'm going to throw that in my bracket. So I'm using 4. 3 minus 4 and 2 minus 4. I am substituting x as 4. What is my answer? My answer is a positive. It doesn't matter the number. We're not interested in the number. If I had chosen 5, I want to just show you something. If I had chosen 5, my answer would still be positive. We're not interested in the number, rather we're interested in the sign. All right, so that one is a positive. Don't forget, we got a positive. I don't want to lose my calculator now, it's so much work. What if I have 2.5? I'm in the middle now. All right, I'm in the middle. I hope you remember. In your note, you should have written, I'll show you how to write it, just in case you don't know. I'm using 2.5. My answer is a negative when I am between 2 and 3. Any number between 2 and 3 would give me a negative. Now let's choose 0. That I'm on the far left now. All right, I'm on the far left. Positive. Oh, what do we mean? So when I chose a number greater than 3 on the right-hand side, we got a positive value. When I chose a number in the middle between 2 and 3, we got a 0. When I chose 0, the far numbers less than left, we got a positive. All right, how do we then extract our answer? Look at this box. The examiner is actually looking for things that are lesser than 0. Examiner is looking for things that are less than 0. Less than 0 means it must be a negative. Oh, there's a mistake there. It must be a negative. All right. Things that are lesser than 0 means I am looking for a negative value. Now, where is my negative value? I see that my negative values are here. Between, all right, between 2 and 3. Look at my between. Somebody's thinking I made a mistake. No, that's the way I write my between in maths. It looks like an E. I am already telling you what the inequality sign should be. So x should be less, less. X is between, my E is from the between there. Between 2 and 3, and I'm done. Just a quick extra example here. What if my question was 3 minus x, 2 minus x greater than or equal to 0? I'm just changing the inequality sign. My critical values, which we've done already, still remains what? 2 and 3, right? Same question, I'm just changing the inequality sign. Plus, negative, and plus. Now, this examiner, remember, write your CV. CV equals to 2, CV equals to 3. All right. Oh, no. Okay. I wanted to just crop that. Lovely. Okay, so this examiner wants things that are greater than 0, which is positive. Oh, where is my positive? From 3, going to the right. From 2, going to the left. Awesome. That becomes my inequality sign. Let's drop it. Greater than 3, critical value, less than 2, but it is greater than or equal to, so I'm going to have to put that there. Or, that's how to work around your inequalities, and we are done. Great. So please follow the steps. It's simplified here. Follow the steps and you will be able to get all your full marks. Let's go on quickly. Oh, the last one here. The last one here is a bit of a complex question, but if you understand the dynamics, it is not complex at all. Let's see quickly how to work around this. Now, please take note of this. I want you to take note of, there is this exponent here. I want you to take note of this. I'm going to circle it right now. Please take note of that. When you find that in the midst of equations, try to think of a trinomial. Try to think of a K method. It's not always the case, but it will be the case if I have a minus here. You see, once I have 2x, not 2 plus x, all right? Not 2 plus x, 2x as an exponent, and it finds itself in between minus and pluses on, the equation. Please think of a K method. Now, let's do something to simplify it. Look at 2x. It simply means 2 times x. This can also be written as x times 2. It's mathematics. 3 times 4 is the same thing as 4 times 3. Just to make it easy for us to understand. So I could have rewritten this as 2x times 2 minus 6. Please do not multiply 6 and 2 here. You'll be looking for trouble. Don't say 12. You'll be looking for trouble. Now I'm going to say let my k be equal to 2 to the power x. Watch this. That is what I'm looking for. So I'm going to write that as k. But there's a 2 as an exponent, k squared minus 6. Oh, by the way, we said let that be k. Equals to 16. Minus 16 equals to 0. Standard form. Every time you do your standard form, you get a mark. All right, that is actually a basic something we must continuously do in math. Oh, this is a quadratic. I think we can just quickly solve this easily. K, factors of 16, that will give me 6. My 16, you remember, 4 and 4, 8 and 2, 16 and 1. But I want something to give me 6. I think I should be working around that. 8 and 2. But I want a negative 6. How do I play around 8 and 2 to get a negative 6? It has to be plus 2 minus 8. Oh, awesome. So it's either k minus 8 equals to 0 or k plus 2 equals to 0. K equals to 8 or k. By the way, I am not interested in k. The examiner did not say solve for k. Examiner says solve for x. But remember that my k is 2x. Oh, 2 to the power x therefore is equal to 8. or 2 to the power x equals to negative 2. Laws of exponent, let's make them of the same base. Oh, if the bases are equal, the exponents are also equal. People say drop the base. That's wrong maths. Or drop the exponent. No. If the bases are equal, it means the exponents are also equal. Sometimes we want to simplify things and we bring wrong concepts into maths. All right. When the bases are equal, the exponents are also equal. Now, on my right-hand side, please take note. 2 to the power x. Just quickly explain something here. This, for any value of x, will always be greater than 0. For any value of x. You can try it. As long as the base here is positive. If the base is positive, in fact, let me use this. And if a is greater than 0. As long as the base is positive, the base to any exponent will always be positive, which means 2 to the power 2x can never be equal to negative because the base of 2 is positive. So here we are going to say no solution. You cannot solve that. All right, you cannot. Nothing, no value of x there as an exponent will give you a negative answer because the base is positive. All right. Spent extra time explaining, but I hope you got this. Okay, we're done here with all of this. I think the next one would be a simultaneous. A simultaneous. All right. Let's make this part 1 of our algebra. Okay. And I'll combine this with nature of roots in part 2 of, remember we said, let's see quickly. We said part 1 is algebra. So I'm going to have part 1a and part 1b. So this particular one is part 1a. In part 1b, I will then deal with, I'll deal with more of surd, simultaneous, and nature of roots. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Briefly, 30 minutes, but go through the principles apply in both grade 11 and grade 12. I'll catch you in algebra part B. Goodbye. This is Krazifizix signing out.